Hello, English 2 students. Welcome to your academic word of the day. For today's word, we got assume. Let's go over the syllables of the word. Assume, and assume has two syllables. Assume, assume, assume. The emphasis is placed on the second syllable, assume. In Spanish, we have asumir. The part of speech when we're using this word is as a verb, only as a verb. Let's look at the familiar words or words that derive from assume. And we have assumption, used as a noun, assumed, used as an adjective. Synonyms are words you can replace assume with: guess and speculate. Guess, speculate. Antonyms, we got prove, disbelieve. Prove, disbelieve. Let's go over the definitions, and then we'll see some examples. Definition number 1 for assume means to think or accept that something is true, but without having proof of it. Let's look at the example. To write a good persuasive essay, never assume that your argument is correct. Instead, you should always give detailed evidence to support it. So when you're writing, don't just write for the sake of writing. Always try to find out that the evidence that you're providing is in fact true. There are real facts that you can prove, okay, by showing from another primary source. Okay, don't just write for things that you believe to be true without having any proof, because then you will fail in your persuasion. If somebody finds, hey teacher, that is not true, or hey, this is not true, what you're saying here is not true, the sky is not blue, right? It's baby blue, for example. All right. Let's look at this example right here. See this guy right here? See the shadow? Haha. What a surprise he's going to get, right? He is basing his conclusions, he's falling in love, basing it on what he assumes to be a beautiful lady, right? But the proof, the evidence is otherwise, is different. Okay, don't assume. He hasn't looked at the evidence. Look at what the reality is. Look at the facts. Okay, don't never just assume, because you will be disappointed. Okay, and you will give false information. Assume definition number 2, or second definition, we have to take or begin to have power or responsibility. Let's look at the example. The winner of the presidential election will assume the power of president on January 2016. So, as of you might know, nowadays there are some presidential candidates that are competing for presidency of the United States, right? They're competing against each other to become presidents. These are the candidates for presidential elections coming up pretty soon. Whoever wins those presidential elections, they will take power, or they will have the responsibility of becoming president. They will assume the presidency of the United States in 2016. Okay, assume, in this case, they will take power of the presidency. They will become presidents. Assume the presidency. Assume definition number 3, to begin to have a particular quality or appearance. Your writing will assume the appearance or the quality of an essay once you start writing your final draft. Okay, so when you first start doing your essay, you brainstorm, you just write, and you do some graphic organizers, you start organizing your ideas. And it might be in different formats. Some might be in bubbles, some might be in boxes, some might be in sentence starters. But it doesn't look like an essay when you are pre-writing, when you're doing your pre-writing. It starts to take the appearance of an essay, or assume the appearance of an essay, once you put everything together in the format of an essay. Right? So your actual paper will assume, okay, will begin to have the appearance of an essay once you start writing your first draft, okay, or your final draft. All right, English 2 students, this has been your academic word of the day. Don't forget to create your own sentence, write your own sentence about yourself at the bottom of your flashcard with an added visual, and copy your sentence of the day. And happy studies.